So say here, Tim, this is our Word document. So I just given some assignments on web tables. So how many of you working on this? So guys, if you're not started, please do start working on these assignments. Okay now. And next concept is here Excel operations. So Excel operation is nothing but we are just handling the Excel files. So what exactly meaning of handling? You can read the data within the Excel. You can enter the data. So if you want to modify the data or update the data, or so if you want to create a new data, so all these are possible using Excel file operations. So Tosca is providing a flexibility to perform Excel operations directly via automation team. So Excel, it's nothing but it is a desktop based applications. You can open these Excel files, you can read the data, you can update the data, you can modify the data. If you don't have any data, you can create a new data also using Excel file operation. So here, team, to work with Excel files, we do have standard modules. You don't need to scan the Excel app files directly because we have a standard modules. So we use these standard modules to handle the Excel operations. Always use the standard modules. If you're not able to achieve a logic using a standard modules, then go with the Excel scan. So what exactly it meaning of Excel scan? I'll show you that. Both the things I'll show you. Initially, we'll discuss the standard module and later on we go with the Excel scan. Okay. Now the point is here, team. Let me show you the standard module subset to you. Go to your Tosca Commander, our main project. Let's make it the standard module as a separate window. Extensions. In these extensions, you can see Excel folder. Since these all are in unsynchronized mode, okay, try to make it as a synchronized. Right click on here, include for synchronize. So see here, team. So this is open Excel workbook, open close Excel workbook, define some range in Excel, create Excel worksheets. So do some actions on Excel like create data, update data, modify data, everything we can use this manipulate Excel range standard module. If you want to run the Excel macros, then use the standard module. Deleting of Excel worksheet, updating of Excel worksheet, name of the worksheets, clear the range and one-to-one comparison. One-to-one comparison is nothing but, so if you have two Excel files, if you want to compare the data between these two Excel files, yes, that is possible using one-to-one comparison. Okay. So we'll discuss these modules one by one. Let me go back to your discuss section. Excel operations. So we make it as a separate window. So in this Excel operations team, the first one is Open Excel. Let us go with the functionality of these standard modules initially. Okay. Open Excel workbook and close Excel workbook. So whenever you guys are working in Excel operation, make sure to open the Excel workbook in a sequence manner. Open and close is mandatory. So I'm just creating one particular folder with the name as create an Excel file. We're just trying to create one Excel file. To create an Excel file also we use same standard module. Drag and drop this open Excel workbook. So here, just give your workbook name. I'm just giving my workbook name is sample. So where exactly you are trying to store this particular workbook name, click on these three dots and choose your respective directory. I'm just choosing here a documents. You can use desktop also, anything is fine. Let me copy this path and go back to Tosca and paste here. So it's not an exact path to try to use accurate path here. So otherwise, just go to your file explorer, go to path manually like this. So this is our path. So here, understand this particular standard module. We use this standard module to two purpose. One thing you can open the Excel, another thing you can create a new one. So right now I'm creating a new Excel file. So if that is the case, then make it as a create an Excel. I'm just renaming this particular test step. So here you can see one field is there, that is a create new field. In this create new field, make it as a true. So if you make it as a true, then Tosca treats it has to create a new Excel workbook with a name as a sample and the location is a desktop. Once you create this file, must you have to close that file. Then use here close and save Excel workbook. Close and save Excel workbook. So whenever you are dealing with Excel workbooks, you no need to create, you no need to scan the things still. So we already have a predefined standard model, but you have to follow some specific flow here. That's it. So here team, I'm just using same path, same file name. Then operation is here. Which operation we have to use? Save operation. Save operation. Okay. Now I'm running the script. And one more point. Whenever you do a run, you are not able to see the execution flow. That's a very important note point. The entire execution flow done in a backend. You're not able to see the execution team. It will done everything in the backend. Like you're not able to see opening of the Excel file and closing of the Excel file. All those things are not at all visible to us at the time of execution. So then how we make sure you have to check that file is created or not manually. Okay. Go back here. I'm just running the script. Right click on here, run in Scratchbook. See here, team, the execution is completed, but are you guys able to see execution flow? Like opening of Excel workbook, closing of Excel workbook. Is anything is visible to you? Team,
Yes, Anisha.
see, at the time of execution, we are not able to see that Excel is open in the backend and the closing option in the backend, right? The entire execution flow is hidden here. Okay, you are not able to see the flow of execution. It done that entire execution in the backend, then it give a status result, like what is the execution status here. This is a tick mark, seems these are executed successfully. Okay. So then how we make sure this file is created or not? If you want to make sure that, just go to your desktop and find that sample Excel file is created or not. Let me go to desktop manually. So is the sample data file is created here, team?
Not
Otherwise,
able to see.
yeah, let me create one folder here. Hmm? Let me use here Excel is the folder name. I'll just change the navigation path. Let me go this file, open, copy this one, rename here. If it is a specific folder, it is very easy for us to understand. Okay. And one more point here. Whenever I'm trying to select some path here, it is asking me to select the file. If I'm trying to click on open and nothing is happening because it is asking me to enter the file name. Okay. Just do one thing. Even at the time of creating the file, also just use sample.xlsx. So this is the extension of the Excel files, XLSX. Okay. Just use the same path below also. Let me rerun this script. I'm just open this file manually. So the execution is happening in the backend. Are you guys able to see the sample file is created? If you go back to here, you can see here the sample file is created and the date is here 22/1/2026 and time is 8:21. I hope it's clear, right, guys, everyone? So if you want to create any Excel file using Excel standard modules, yes, it is possible. You can directly use here open Excel and close Excel. So why close Excel is required? At the time of closing only, we are saving the data. Okay. That is the reason close Excel, it's a mandatory thing. So here, Tim, let me go with another flow like open Excel workbooks. I just want to open the Excel workbook. If you want to open the Excel workbook, same module. Open, close is mandatory. Just drag and drop this open, close here. And enter your workbook name. My workbook name is sample. And the path of the file is this one. So now I'm not choosing this create new. By default, this is not selected. Whenever you guys are creating a new, that time only you can enter some data here, like a true or false. But right now I'm opening the Excel workbook. That is the reason I'm not passing anything here. So here also just use the sample, the path of the workbook, and the operation should be the same. Okay. Now right click on here, run in Scratchbook. Yes. So the script is executed. So it is telling in the log info the file is opened successfully, but we are not able to see that file in our system, right? If we see here, the Excel workbook is open. In the below area, is everyone able to see any Excel file icon here?
No.
But in Tosca point of view, it is executed and even it is open. The meaning of that team, Tosca, all Excel operation, it will do backend. We cannot see that flow exactly. Okay. But once the execution is completed, you have to check the stuff manually. That is a very important thing. Okay. Now, one more point. Excel is created. I'm just opening this Excel team. So once I've opened this Excel, we don't have any other, we don't have any data here. So by default, sheet 1 is created and here nothing is there. Okay. If I want to create a new sheet, what I'll do, I'll just hit the click operation on place and I'll create a new sheet. But here we just want to achieve this logic via automation. Then use the standard module which is belongs to create an Excel worksheet. So even if you're creating Excel worksheet, if you're retrieving a data or if you're reading a data, these two test steps are mandatory. Okay. So to create Excel worksheet, we have this one team. Just drag and drop this one to create Excel worksheet level. Rearrange this one to in between. So first I'm telling to Tosca open Excel and later on create Excel worksheet. Just give your workbook name as a sample. Sheet name is equal to data. I'm just creating one worksheet name, data. If you want to keep any specific order for this one, directly you can use the order here, like first or last or second, fourth, fifth, whatever you want. I'm just choosing here first. So I just want to keep this data worksheet as a first sequenced. Later on, I'm closing this file. So see here, the backend, I opened this Excel file and I just want to check the any data is present here. Nothing is there. I just open this file as it is. I'm just running this create Excel sheet test steps. So see here team, it is giving an error message. This is a expected error message only. So see here, if we see the log info clearly, this error category here. Currently in use. So the one more note point here, whenever you guys are working in Excel files, so don't open Excel workbook the backend. So in the backend is nothing but in our system. Instead of backend, let's make it as a system. So here what happened? I already opened this Excel workbook in my system. You can see I opened that Excel workbook. Okay. It's open in my system. But when Tosca is trying to open this Excel workbook, it is not able to open that because this Excel workbook is in use. Someone is using this Excel workbook. That is the reason I'm not able to open that. So here one more important thing. Whenever you guys are working in Excel operation, make sure to close the Excel workbook properly before running the script. If Excel workbook is not closed, directly it give this error message to you. Currently is in use. So once this error is triggered, better you have to close this Excel workbook manually and go back to here, run the script again. See here, the entire execution is completed successfully. Opening of Excel, create Excel sheet. But let me check that sheet is created exactly or not. Okay. Open this Excel file. Do cross check that Excel sheet is created or not. Everyone able to see the Excel sheet is created? Data Excel sheet. Yes, it is created. Okay. Now the point is here. Now we have created Excel sheet. So then you may ask Hanusha how to read the data, how to enter the data, how to go with this. So here team, if you have any existing Excel data file, directly you can open that and read the data and modify the data, update the data. So right now here there is no data. Right now here there is no data. So first of all, what I'll do, I'll just create some data here. And once the data creation is done, then I'll read the data and I'll update the data, modify the data, find the data, everything I'll tell you. Okay. So one more point here, Tim. In the Excel file, totally how many rows, how many columns we have? Can you calculate that? The number of rows and number of columns. See, these all are the row columns, right? These all are the columns. If you go here, these all are the rows. So can you please tell me this Excel file is have only these many rows, these many columns? Can we specify that number, Tim? No. So in Excel, we do have a number of rows and number of columns. Okay, number of rows and number of columns. So then, how to specify the range here? As per automation, I want the number of rows information up to here only. I want up to here only. I want up to here. I want to go with this area. I want to only this specific area. So here, to define such a kind of areas, we have one of the standard module, define range. What is that? Define Excel range. Because the Excel is holding the number of columns and rows, so out of this, we are just specifying so and so range only. Okay. Let me go with the range. Define Excel range and so this create Excel is not required because it's already created. Now go back, drag and drop this define Excel range. Rearrange this one to top. So the workbook name is sample here. The worksheet name is equal to here the data type. The range, it is a kind of variable type. I'm just creating one variable. What are the data cell values? For example, I want a data range A1 to D10. A1 to D10. So if I mention A1 to D10, what is the range type? This is the range, right? What is the starting cell? A1. What is the ending cell? D10. Clear, guys?
Yes, Anushya.
Okay. This is the range must we have to define. If you want more than that also, yes, you guys can do that. So this defined range is also very important. And what exactly this A variable? So range name is a name of the variable. What are the range we just defined here? This range is allocated to this particular variable. Okay. So to enter data, we use manipulate range Excel data standard module. In the manipulate Excel level, you have to pass the range name, which range name you see set up here. Okay. Instead of calling A1 data, we just call the name of the variable, range name. In a data table thing, so here you can see it is a table. Everyone able to see the table structure here? Yes. So see here, Tim, this is a data table. Because the Excel is also holding the number of rows and number of columns. That is the reason in the standard module itself, they just given a data table. If you want to enter any data here, just use this data table here. So here the number of rows, just define the number of rows and columns, everything you can go and then define accordingly. So here let me create a table structure first. So within this Excel, I don't have any data right now. Let me create one header for this table. To create a header, just use $header. The first name of the column is name. I'm just choosing the name. Name is the first column. Use action mode as a input. So here I'm just choosing $2. The column name is equal to here email. And action mode is equal to here input. So here the column name is here equal to $3. So let me use here contact number. In this contact number, use action mode as a input. So just use here dollar. The column is equal to here. It is a country. Use action mode as a input. Okay. So right now in the Excel, we don't have any data. But what I'm doing in Tosca itself, I'm just asking Tosca to create some data. First column, the first row itself, it is a header, right? I just given header data. So this is the row. These all are the column. $1 means first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. The naming conversions also I entered here. Once you set the data table, header table, then enter first record here, $1. So here, Tim, once you define the header of the table, directly you can call the header name here instead of $1. The name, I'm just using here Anusha. Action mode is equal to here input. Second one is equal to here tip email. So in an email level, let me use here anu@gmail.com. And action mode is equal to here input. Third one is equal to here tip contact number. For this contact number tip, if you want, you can use random expressions, RND of 10-digit mobile number. And action mode is equal to here input. So let us coming to here the country. In a country itself, use here. You can give any other countries also. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating the first record. One thing I'm just adding here, header table, and later on I'm going with the $1 first record of the table. Okay. So let me run all these test steps together. But here, Tim, make sure you have to close this Excel book. Let me close it. And then select this one. Right click on here. Run in Scratch. See guys, execution is completed. So since there is no error, the range is updated successfully. And even the data, what other data I just asked Tosca to enter. Header data and first record is also entered successfully. And the workbook is also closed successfully. Let me validate this data is entered or not in Excel file. Okay. Just go to your Excel file, open that file. So is everyone able to see the data is entered here successfully?
Yes.
Yes, Ansa. Ansa, can you go in Tosca? For entering data, we are using $1.
1 minute, Piyush. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Piyush, tell me.
Can you please go in Tosca
Okay.
where we are entering data now? Can you please explain that?
See here. So
Hmm.
the second step, I just define the range.
Hmm.
The third step, we have one data table over here. You can see in a data table, I'm just choosing header and then first record of the table.
So yeah, here only. So in header, that where we are choosing header, that was row, right?
Yeah, header
First,
is the row and these all are the columns.
okay. So in that sheet, header, we are defining these many columns, four columns we have defined in header. Then below that, $1 we have given. So what it means here, this is called
First
a row.
row of the table. See,
Hmm.
it is a data table, correct?
Uh-huh.
So if you go to the Excel file, we have just selected this particular range up to 10. Okay? This is the
Yeah.
range. So what I did, I just created the first row itself. It is a header.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is the header of the table. Okay.
Okay.
Once you enter the header, so again we have to enter some data here, right, inside this Excel files. So then how to define within the table? If I want to exclude the header, what is the representation?
Dollar.
Dollar
Yeah.
one. That is the reason I mentioned dollar one, then I entered this data. If you want third record, dollar two, dollar three. Like this you can enter dollar four. That means these all are the number of rows. It always exclude the header.
Yeah. Yes.
Clear?
Hmm. Yes.
Any other questions, guys? So right now in Excel file, there is no data team. That is the reason I just used to enter. That means it is comes under creation of data in Excel file. This is the way we do create Excel data. Okay. Now here, if you want to enter data for all the rows, just use dollar two, dollar three. Here itself only you can go with that. Okay. Otherwise, you can use some repetition also. Let me use repetition here. Enter some dummy data or random data. So I'm just keeping this one to little bit up. Copy this one and paste here. So see here, I'm just ignoring this dollar. So I'm just trying to use here repetition. In this repetition level, just use here repetition property. Dollar repetition means dollar one. So I just want to generate the name in dynamic approach. Can we do that? Random regular expressions. Are you remember, Tim, these expressions?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm just using some random regular expression to generate some random data over here. Okay. The email ID, it always holds the lower cases. Let me use lower cases here. For India, I'm just keeping as it is. Okay. How many times I want to run this particular script? Go to the properties pane. In the right side, enter the repetition count as a 10. Then it will run 10 times. But here, Tim, in this Excel, we have a header, right? If header is there, then what is the count here?
9.
9. Okay. Let me rerun the script. So before running, close the Excel workbook manually. Okay. So the C here, random data is executed, totally 9 times it is executed. If you go back to here, just open the Excel file, and now you guys able to see the data. Is everyone able to see some random data here? Hmm?
So Anusha, first one which you have added that has been removed, huh?
That has been removed because this repetition is started from the starting one, right?
Okay.
This one is one. This repetition started from whenever you guys use dollar repetition, it always starts with a dollar, $1, $2, $3, 4, up to $9 because the parent level we just define that number as a 9. So that
So
is the
if you go to third step which you have added manipulate Excel range.
so this dollar one is overrated.
Okay. So
Here
this is
I
no use.
yeah, this one is overrated here because we I just use here dollar repetition, right?
Yeah.
This one is overrated.
Okay.
Okay. So see here, Tim, the data is entered here successfully. Can even you guys also can see the data successfully entered. Okay. Now, now the data is there in Excel file. How to read this data? So the same table concept which you applied in the web tables. Okay. The same concept, but here we are using some standard modules to perform an actions. Okay. Let me copy paste. Read Excel data. So reading of Excel data is nothing but either you can buffer the Excel data or you can verify that so one's a row is having so one's a numbering or so one's a value. That is also possible. Okay. So here in the dollar one itself, I just want to validate the name of this particular person. The name of the dollar one. What is the name here? Some random name is there. Just enter here some random name and use action mode as a verify. Okay. This is the one case you can verify data. For example, if you want to buffer the column name, for example, I just want to buffer the mobile number. It's not a mobile number. I think it is a contact number. Then use here the contact number as a so the contact number I just want to buffer it. Just use here Excel contact or Excel contact number action mode as a buffer. Buffer is nothing but if you are just storing the Excel data into buffer section. Okay. Let me do a run here. So see here, I just forgot to close this Excel. Now it is telling your Excel file is opened in currently in use. You can see. So close this Excel file and then do a run. So see here the data is entered successfully. Just go back here, open this file and validate the stuff. Is everyone able to see this is the product name and this is the contact number? So if you go back to automation Tosca, so in the dollar the first row level, the verification was successful. What are the expected I mentioned, the actual value is also same. So just ask Tosca to buffer the value, right? This is the number it is buffered. The last number is 9351. Here also you can see the last number is 935. Clear, guys? But here you have to use all these test steps in sequence manner. Then only it will work to you. Clear, team? So what is the workflow we are just following? Open Excel and then define range and then manipulate operations. Manipulate operations tip. Here you can read the data, modify the data, date the data. If you want, you can delete the data also. All these things is possible. Because this manipulate itself, we have a data table. So it is completely a table operations. Once it is done, then close the Excel. This is the floating. So this flow we are just automating via Tosca. But after execution of the script, we are doing some things manually. What are the steps we are just interacting manually? Where you guys are observed the manual interaction?
Open Excel to check, verify the data is added or not.
One thing is open Excel to check the data is added or not. This is the one thing we are doing. What is another thing?
Hmm, Excel range we are providing.
Close the Excel before execution,
Hmm.
right? So these things, Tim, we are just interacting manually. So if you want to avoid the manual interaction, so Tim, I just want to automate these stuff also. Can we do that?
Yes.
How we can do that?
We can open Excel from T-box, start program and close also.
Yes. So for this, uh, create an RTBs, right?
Yeah.
Just create an RTB for open Excel workbook and the one RTB for close Excel workbook before execution. Okay. So this stuff I'll discuss tomorrow. Clear up to here? What are the points we discussed?
Anusha, there is one scenario in the table. Like here we are, you have added a $1 name and contact number now. But in my case, like particular table is there, but no headers. There is no header, and we need to find a value if that exists or not. So that how can I do that?
If there is no header, you no need to bother. Okay. Do you know row number which row that is exist?
No, that is the case. We need to check each and every
You
cell
don't know row
if the
number,
cell name,
even you don't know column number,
column
correct?
name. Yes.
So even we have such a kind of scenario in our assignments. Mm.
Yeah, I am talking about the assignment only. That
Yes.
is not getting
So
executed.
if you don't know the row number and column number, so just keep it as it is. I think I already explained to other team. Let's me find it. Okay. Click on the product, enter the dynamic quantity, not this one, not this one, not this one. Okay. So see here, just do a scan of the table, Amit. Okay.
Hmm.
Once you do a scan of the table, if you don't know row number, just keep it as it is. Don't enter any row number, don't enter any column number. Okay. Just use here action mode constraint to find that particular number is exist within the web tables.
Okay.
That means what I'm trying to tell. This is a one of the assignment, correct?
Yes.
So to
And
find the 15 number is exist or not.
correct, correct. That is the one.
Number 15 is exist or not. So if you come across this table, there is no header.
Yes.
There is no header. So even we don't know which row it will trigger, it will reflect. Okay. No header, and even we don't know row number. If you don't know row number, team, just go with here constraint combination. Search under constraint action mode combination. Are you remember? I'll tell you this one. Let me
I
show.
have added, Anisha, I have added the value as 15, and then in the action mode I have done constant, but that is also failing.
No, no. Maybe somewhat it is default. Let me show you here. Okay. The find product within the table. This is a while not recommended. Yeah, here you can see find the row number. Mm, Here, are you able to see the row level? I'm not selected anything.
Yes.
Okay. But in the column level, I selected because this table is having some header for that. Okay. So right now, your case is here. You don't know row number, and even you don't know what exactly the cell
Column.
that is exist. Okay.
Yes.
Let's use here exist value is equal to 15 action mode as a constraint.
Constant. This is the same thing I have done.
Just share your screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm. Somewhere I explain this logic also. Let me check meanwhile that. Okay.
So this is what I did, Anisha. I just added row and cell blank, and here I have added the value 15, and using constant I am trying to find that value.
Okay. So open the table also.
Um, this one.
You have to use here if conditions, Amit.
Okay.
If 15 is there, then this test step will pass. If 15 is not exist, then it will trigger an error message. I'm able to see only what Tosca commander.
You're not able to see screen. Okay. Let me.
No, I'm not able to see your entire screen. Only I can see your commander.
Okay. To share the entire screen.
Yeah, please do that.
Now is it visible?
Yes, yes. Right now, there is no 15 number within this table. Okay.
Hmm.
If you run that particular test step, probably it's given error message to you. You can run that step.
It says I could not find cell.
Yes, because the 15 is not exist in this table. So even you can check manually. Do we have a number with the 15 number within this table?
No.
No. Probably it's given error message, could not find the 15 cell value. So you add here if condition, okay, because if 15 is there, that means the test step is passed. If 15 is not there, the test step is failed. Okay.
Okay.
So add one if condition stating like that 15 is passed, then enter true. If 15 is not there, then enter false here. Okay.
Okay. Okay. The same step I need to add in the if condition. That's it.
Yes, same step you add into if condition, and in the then block, just make it as a entering of true, and else block enter false.
Okay. Okay.
If 15 is recognized within the table, then it enter true. If 15 is not recognized, then condition is failed, right?
Hmm.
Directly it go to else statement and it enter that value as a false here.
False. Okay.
So
But
mm,
just want to show you the error. Here it says I could not find row using constraint this.
yes, because there is no 15 within the table, right?
Okay.
Try to refresh the web page. Let's see if the 15 is replicated or not. Just refresh. Now, do we have 15? No. Just to refresh again. No, 15. Again, do refresh. Do
No.
refresh.
No.
Still do. No, 15. Again, do. Still no. Refresh again. Just do refresh and make that 15 is replicate here.
Yeah.
Just now 15 is there. Okay.
That is 3 times. Okay.
It's more than 3 times. Okay. But you don't need to worry. But it has to find the 15, right?
Yeah.
Now run this step. It will work now. If it is giving an error again, Amit, it's because we do have duplicate entry cell values, right?
Yes.
Hash 1 representation. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it will give error only because it is 3 times, and I only need to find one. So,
Then represent the hash 1 with the search functionality.
you mean I can add hash 1 in cell, right?
Yes, yes, you can
Okay.
add a hash 1 in a cell level.
Okay,
Or
Nisha. Yeah.
even row level also you can add a hash 1. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Nisha. I'll try to add this if condition, and then we can check.
Yeah, yes, yes. Do that. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, team. So, team, that's it for today. We'll connect tomorrow, same time. Thanks for joining all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, Nisha. Nisha, can you update the notes?
Um, okay, I'll do that, Amit. I missed it. I'll update the notes. Okay.
Yeah.
అనుష రెజ్యూమ్ ప్రిపరేషన్ ఎప్పటి నుంచి చెప్తారు అనుష?
ఈ మంత్ ఎండ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను.
ఓకే.
ఛాన్స్.
ఓకే.